Ray Warren and Gary Belcher.
And hello everybody, welcome to Bruce Stadium for the match of the afternoon. In fact, the only one really around in Australia today. Laurie Daly, the captain of Canberra, takes them out. Mullins, Nagus, Croker, Wiki. The list of stars goes on, even allowing for those that are out. And of course, Steve Walters is back today. First match since an injury suffered in the semi-final series last year. North Sydney lying equal second going into this match. In fact, they need to win to stay in touch with Manly. And the red, white and blacks having a great season. Greg Florimo back in the centres today. Michael Buchanan necessitates that move to 5/8. Jason Taylor is the captain. And of course, their star-studded back row of Moore, Fairley and Larson. Paul McBlain is the referee. The match of the round, completing round 9 in the Optus Cup, the end of the split round, and North Sydney with first use of the football. And Gary Larson is given that honour of being put away by the Canberra defenders. Just inside his own 20-metre line, but here's the sound of the whistle. And there's a high shot being detected by David Furner on David Fairley.
Paul McBlain here. Yeah, David Furner going a little bit high. I don't think Fairley would have felt it too badly, but I guess the referee laying the law down very early.
That is the voice, of course, of Gary Belcher. 8 years with the Canberra Raiders. This is Nigel Roy playing in number 5 jumper for North Sydney as they come onto the right, and Taylor goes across the face, and Trindle put his hands out as if he was going to catch it and then suddenly realised he wasn't part of the script. Played by Fairley now, centre of the ground, 35 metres out for... Oh! Soden has gone down under the tackle of David Furner again. Or was it Ben Kennedy?
I think it may have been Ben Kennedy, Ray. Yeah, he's getting the warning there from referee McBlain. No doubt about this one. Soden is down fairly low, but certainly got him around the head.
Penalty. And North Sydney now, with the best goal kicker in the competition at the moment, Jason Taylor, a study in concentration. There she goes, looks good, and Taylor raises the flags. So North Sydney, they lead 2 points to 0, opening minute of the game. Canberra back doing what they probably didn't expect to be doing. Not this soon anyway.
Well, North Sydney not really having to do much as yet. Their forwards have only had a couple of tackles each time before a penalty. That's a good hit from the Raiders.
That is big stuff.
North will be looking for big yards, and then they've got a slight breeze backing them that Taylor, I'm sure, is going to use to advantage in this first half.
Billy Moore, 30-metre line. Larson, big run by Larson. He mightn't have been able to get over the ad line in the state of origin, but he did that time. Taylor's kick is on a low trajectory. It goes around and ties Nandruku up. This is bell-ringing stuff. There's the scrum. Nice ground to televise on. Bruce Stadium, the cameras set well back. And now it's with Daly, and there's the penalty that goes to Canberra. Daly takes a quick tap, and he's looking for Nandruku on his right. Daly goes ahead up to the halfway line. Good metres by Daly.
Oh, well, the crowd saw it. The North players weren't back 10 by the time Daly got to them. It should have been another penalty for the Raiders.
That's Ruben Wiki, the centre. Now they come across to the left, and it was a suspect pass from Steve Walters. He'll have to slowly get himself back into match timing and match fitness. David Westley. Canberra then on the attack, first time in the game. Ferris goes through a gap. He gets the pass away. Croker got a pass off. That is a miracle pass, and Kennedy has scored by backing up. Well, this pass, I'm sure it was Croker. This is one of the magic footballs of this season. I better not go too heavy. Have a look at it.
Well, that's a good dummy there from Ferris. The short ball Kennedy was unmarked inside. Croker looked gone for all money, and he's popped it up. A question mark over it. The referee reckons it's line ball, though.
With David Ferner now. 20 metres out. Six metres in from touch, and Ferner's kick has been hit with pinpoint accuracy. Canberra, they strike back immediately and lead 6 points to 2. So North Sydney with the restart may be disappointed that they've capitulated so quickly. That is Luke DeVico coming back. DeVico in the run-on side in place of Corvo. Here's young Kennedy, the try scorer.
Interesting to see if the Raiders are going to keep attacking this left-hand side. Ferris, when they scored that try, he dummied and beat Michael Buettner, all hands up. I'm not sure if the Raiders think there's a weakness there, but they may keep trying to attack that side of the field.
Daly's kick has Ferner and Nandruku pursuing quickly, and there's trouble for North Sydney. He could be put into touch. He has been tackled and put into touch. It'll give Canberra the loose head and the feed.
Well, it's always a good indication of how keen your side is, how well prepared they are, how keen to do the little things, and this is one of them. Daly with an onside. All of his chases are onside. There is some time still here for this winger to get it in, but no, he doesn't get there.
Daly, very prominent. Ricky plays it now, centre of the ground, 20 metres out, and Wesley now gets in for his share of the action. 12 metres out from the line. Walters back for Ferris, then inside for Kennedy. He took a slap over the head, got the ball back for Ferris. Ferris pushes it out. It's gone on to Daly. Now it's with Wicky. Wicky's got Nandruku on his outside. The ball goes back to Mullins. Nandruku's still there. So is Daly. Daly going backwards, looking to unload the ball. Ferris has come up with it, and Ferris is tackled on the 20-metre line. Walters. DeVico running straight at Jason Taylor. He's left to the bigger men to put him down, but Canberra are still pressing as it comes out to Daly, then to Wesley. And Wesley is pulled down by Michael Buettner. 5 tackles gone. There's more trouble. Ferner! David Ferner, a try! Canberra are on fire. North Sydney have got huge problems.
And those problems are down on their right-hand side defence. Daly taking it to the line. Ferner just too strong in that tackle of Florimo. They just keep coming down this side. Daly's done the right thing, giving Ferner some time to line his man up and take him on, and he does it well.
David Ferner strikes at the same, and it's on the same flight path. 12-2. Use the same runway. Jason Taylor with the restart, and it's really time for the more experienced Bears to take over and get the talk going in defence. DeVico.
Well, I've got to give the referee a plug here. The Billy Moore high shot we saw just before the try was scored. He could have pulled it up for a penalty, but played on. He's certainly done the right thing by the Raiders there, played the advantage.
Stevie Walters with a run out from dummy half. Brought a little roar from the crowd. Now for Ferris, and Ferris keeps it down low, and the chase is on again from Nandruku. This is Matt Sears. Daly is on him, and Daly and Croker make the tackle. Florimo. And look at this defence from Canberra. Steve Walters, Jason Croker, Ruben Wicky. Trindle. DeVico and Wicky again. Florimo's gone down in the back play. Fairly. Greg back on his feet now, but he's not well. The Bears go across to the centres, and they find Ben Aiken.
They're going nowhere, the Bears. A tough kick this for Taylor, under some pressure.
You can see in everything they do, the Raiders, they're really pumped up. Their chase of the kick, Their attempt to put pressure on the kick. Everything they're doing has got a sign of urgency about it, intensity, and one of their few mistakes now.
Yeah, not a great one there from Ken Nagus. Mullen's giving him a bit of space. I think he should not really have tried to take on someone with so much speed like Brett Dallas on the outside. Just rolled it in there. The touch judge ruling he'd already gone over the sideline.
Early in the match, and Canberra with 2 tries, leading 12-2. It's out with Florimo. Florimo met and put away by Daly and Mullins, and they keep going to the left, and that is Billy Moore, met by Kennedy and Ferner. They've both been on the end of a caution, and so too was Billy Moore on the end of a caution, so the trio came together. It's a very, very good side, Canberra. When you think about the fact that Quentin Pongia and John Lomax and Bradley Clyde, to name 3 of the big gun forwards, aren't there. Out for Butner, then inside for Billy Moore, but Moore was looking sadly in vain for runners. Now they've got plenty of personnel on the blind side, and the Bears go for it, and they take the corner post. That'll bring it out to the 20-metre line for the restart, I suggest.
Well, Laurie Daly, he's having a big game already, covering up in defence a couple of times before this. Just have a look at him here. Just got hold of that North player, dragging him over the sideline. Caruana it was.
So Canberra with the ball just outside the 20-metre line. Attacking team was found in the wrong on that occasion, so Canberra came up with a turnover restart on the 10-metre line, and now penalty for Canberra.
Put that one down to Luke DeVico. A very quick play the ball after a good yardage run. Caught North's inside the 10 metres.
Two grinding tries by Canberra, and 12-2 their way. And we saw one of the passes of the year from Jason Crocker. Now 17 is Momando. And they're 15 metres out from the line. They've got plenty of people out on the right. They've gone through 3 sets of hands. A run around by Daly. Then Kennedy puts on a fend. And Kennedy is so close to the line. Ruben Wiki is the dummy half. He goes for it himself. And is made to play the ball 3 metres out from the line. Wolford. Then Ferris. Now Hetherington. Hetherington. Oh, gets a pass away. It might be play on. It is. Momando. He gets the try. The ball bounced off a North Sydney player.
Well, they're finding some holes in this North defence. It's a bit of a worry for the Bears so early in the match. Here's that right-hand side of the field bust. Daly inside to Kennedy, and isn't he cutting him up already? Just can't get himself over the line. Just a couple of tackles later, the ball coming out wide. Hetherington with the dummy, shows the ball goes through, looking inside for someone. The ball's gone back there and come off a North player's legs. So it is play on. Momando's the man on the spot. There's the try.
Ferner with his simplest shot for goal. And this one he's got as well. Enlarging the scoreboard. 18 points to 2. Canberra in front of our home crowd. In rugby league or in any sport, you make your own luck. And that is exactly what happened there for Bruce Momando. He was on the spot at the right time. Canberra then coming away from the 20-metre line. And there's the try scorer, Momando. He hadn't been out there all that long before his name went in the record books. Hetherington running off a decent pass there. That's Corvo, who's on in 10. And now it's a penalty to Canberra.
Geez, they've got their roll on happening, Canberra. David Fairley there, a bit frustrated. Jumping straight on. Perhaps he left a little bit early. I don't think so, but McBlain has ruled he has. And they have got a roll on. Everything going right for the Raiders at their home ground.
3 all the penalties, and this is Mark Corvo. who was chosen to run on. Now away from Wolford, who's giving Steve Walters his first break of the day. I heard Steve talking on radio. Here's Corvo down this blind side that has caused North Sydney so much trouble. It's not going to be a problem this time.
Not such a good pass that time. We saw an earlier great ball from Corvo, but put a lot of pressure there on Jason Croker with that one.
Just to complete what I was saying, Steve Walters was making the point that he thought Queensland selectors would be better off going for his brother Kerrod or Jason Hetherington if they wanted to change hookers. He was taking the spotlight away from himself.
Did he say he'd play if they selected him?
I think he did.
I hope so. I'd like to see him there. He could do a lot worse than picking Steve Walters at hooker.
Now Florimo is back on. And a quick play the ball. That won't hurt either. Caruana gets it back for Billy Moore. Ever ready. Always willing, Billy Moore. They've got to start supporting each other, the Bears. There's been too much one-out stuff and too many mistakes. And here's another one as Corvo goes to ground. 38 metres out from the North Sydney line. Here they come again, the Canberra Raiders with Daly using Croker. Croker tries to fend away from Ben Ikin. A quick play the ball. Daly, then on for Ferris. Across it goes. Out there on the 30-metre line is Kennedy. And Kennedy reaches the 20-metre line before being stopped. Now they're out to the right, Canberra, but they're coming back towards Daly on the left. Steve Walters is with it now. Walters back on. And Wolford remains on the park as well. Daly, players both sides of him. He goes to Mullins on the inside. Mullins goes back to Daly, then for Croker. And Croker's put away by Ben Ikin. Played back for Daly. He sweeps it out for Mullins. Mullins puts it in the air, and Nandruku is up there to contest the jump. Now that might be offside. It's come down for Canberra now. Originally I thought North Sydney were offside. But here they come now from the hands of Nandruku. Ferner tries to run across the top of Fairley, but Larson's there to pull him down. Wolford. That man is Corvo. He gets it over the line, but he's held up. Held up in goal.
Well, I think he's ruled him short, just short of the line.
Across for Ferris now. Holds it back and takes it to within 3 metres of the line again. Walters, he goes himself. Now he's over but held up. So it'll come back out for the scrum to restart play.
Well, pretty smart play from Walters here. Burrowing forward. Look at the strength in the legs. Gets himself over the line, can't get it down, but he has got the scrum feed now for his side.
And the Bears making some changes. Dallas Weston is going on with Danny Williams. They come down the blind side with Daly. They will not leave them alone on the left of the ground. There they go again, Mullins! Mullins is over! That's their 4th try of the day.
Not always strength that gets you over in these situations. Mullins, look at his speed out of dummy half. Taylor can't hang on. Ikin's too late on the scene, coming over the top. Just look at him go from here. Getting between two players, knowing he can carry them over the line. Good play the ball from Laurie Daly. Still one of the Bears players down. That's the problem they've got. That player fairly couldn't be involved at marker. Mullins scores his 4th for the season.
This will be David Ferner's 3rd kick from the same mound almost. And there it goes again, leaving the boots with pinpoint accuracy. He loves kicking from the right. 24-2. Canberra giving the Bears a shellacking. 24-2. Canberra online for a cricket score.
Well, I can't help but think a big fella in the crowd today, Mal Meninga, would be sitting there realising he's done the right thing. Not sure the Raiders, when they're this hot, they don't need him out there. The decision not to play, I think it was the right one.
David Westley. Just inside his own 30-metre line. Wolford from dummy half using Kennedy, and Kennedy gets down low, and both he and Hetherington, they're always looking to unload. Penalty goes to Canberra, and it's Dallas Weston, the player in 29, who's going to be cautioned. Look at Kennedy, gets down low. Always they seem, him and Hetherington, to be able to be in a position to offload. Laurie Daly would be happy to have Steve Walters back. Laurie's been out there like the grandfather.
He has, and Steve Walters not only a good general play game himself, but his talking, the way he can lift the players around him and communicate, organise, is something that really was lacking with the Raiders when they were beaten so well by the Broncos a few weeks back.
Half-time is just a matter of seconds away. It'll come as a welcome break for North Sydney. Daly then running across for Wiki, and Wiki put down just outside the 20-metre line. Wolford goes away himself, looking for support, drags out of a tackle. Now he's pulled down. Well, he's proved a great deputy. He's leading the way still. Ferris, then for Furner. The ball goes back and away for Ferris again. And Canberra's attack just stunted for the moment. Penalty goes to Canberra. And the sin bin has been ordered, has it? Dallas Weston. Canberra, I thought might take a quick tap. Ardlar, Allen Langer, but they're going to take the shot. David Furner. Perfect record today. His ratio's about 2 out of 3 this year. But today he's banging them over at 100%, and he keeps that up. So 5 from 5 for David Furner. He's also scored a try, one of the 4 tries scored by the Raiders. And they lead at half-time by 26 points to 2. 26-2, Canberra in front as we welcome you back for the second half, and let's hope for North Sydney fans that it's better than the first half. 4 tries in all for Canberra, and David Furner is right on with his goal kicking, and it could mount into a humiliating score. Ricky Stewart, the great number 7, watching on, and he's having a good game. His replacement, Jason Ferris. Touch judge in. This will be for that shot by Nigel Roy. 7 penalties to 3 now to the Raiders. Steve Walters has had a fair amount of game time. David Westley there. A little knock on. I think the touch judge might have called it. McBlain, I think, was ready to play on. He got jeered as he came from the ground at half-time, the referee, and I looked at Gary Belcher as if to say, what are they booing for? We thought he was having a good game, McBlain.
I think it's just force of habit. Some fans think the referee, well, I'd hate to see what sort of reception he'd get if they were losing by this margin. But yeah, he's had a good game.
Fairley now, who is trying very hard, and then across from Taylor. It's out with Moore. And, that is Ben Eichen, I think. Time in possession, 55% for Canberra. And North Sydney's missed tackles eclipsing Canberra dramatically. Taylor, Florimo, Fairley got rid of Kennedy. Got a pass away, that's play on for Butner. Inside pass, the Bears are going to score. Nigel Roy gets the try. So David Fairley, who in a beaten side is having a magnificent game, has laid this on.
Well, another significant change from coach Peter Louis. He's got Greg Florimo now playing at 5'8". He's given the ball there to Fairley. Fairley with a good run. Slips that ball. Roy can't get it at the first take. But that's a nice ball inside from Butner, and then Eichen, and Roy finishing it off.
hard to remember, but North Sydney actually led in this match. 2 points to nil after 2 minutes. And here's Taylor having his second shot at goal many minutes down the trail. 26-6, Canberra over the Bears. David Furner now starts again for Canberra. Third time they've been required to do that in the game. Significant to note that with Florimo at 5/8 leading up to that try, it put Buettner and Eichen back together in the centres. And during Florimo's injury, they were doing very well together.
The other thing that it has done is that brittle right side defence for Norths. Buettner was a part of that. Not saying he was at fault, but he's put Greg Florimo out there, one of the renowned defenders in this North side. I'm sure Peter Louis hopes that'll patch it up a bit.
Talking of Michael Buettner, he was put under extreme pressure by Noah. And he tried to catch and pass, and it all went wrong for him. Watch it again.
They're stringing some passes together now and have created an overlap. That pass, if it had been a better one from Buettner, would have seen Roy with a lot of open space.
Canberra starting to mount an attack. Wiki from the deep, running off a Daly pass. 28 metres out. Daly hanging back on the blind side. That's why he was there for that ball from Hetherington. Daly now centralises. Hetherington follows his captain. Hetherington's put away. 9 metres out from the North Sydney line. Ferris and now DeVico. Luke DeVico, his year has been punctuated by injury. Walters, Ferris, and then for Furner, now for Ferris. And then he lofts out a pass for Mandruko. Noah gets in over the line for another try. Beautiful work by the half.
It was from Jason Ferris. He could see out wide that Noah Mandruku's unmarked. There's an initial bust, that one from Laurie Daly running off Hetherington. Hetherington backing up again. He's having a wow of a game as well. Just takes it to the line and can't advance it any further. But here's the ball coming. Ferris to Furner on the run around. And he just knows. Mandruku put his hand up to let him know a bit earlier. Well, that perfectly placed pass.
Now David Furner. I don't know that he's on the side of the ground that he prefers now. And he's on the sideline. There it goes, and he's hooked it across the face. So David Furner upsets that 100% record, but Canberra coasting at 30 points to 6. Well, every time North Sydney score, it's almost as though it's the wrong thing to do. Leave them alone. Don't touch them. Let them sleep.
Wake the sleeping giant. And here's the leader of the Giants, Laurie Daly. Steve Walters has had a strong start to the second half as well. Good to see, having been out of the game for so long, he's showing some condition, obviously training very hard.
Here's a bust made by Furner. Flicks it back for Hetherington. The back rower's doing it again. Now Croker. And he's held by Billy Moore and by Trindle. Canberra. Just inside the North Sydney half. They come out for Wiki. Inside for Mandruko. He puts on the step. And who's there? Another back rower. Kennedy. Ben Kennedy gets his second try.
Well, some fantastic play in the lead up to that. And unselfish work in the end from Mandruku. Well, here's this combination. Hetherington, Furner standing, flipping one out the back. Hetherington again with that big left arm. Popping one back to the strength. Oh, look at how strong Croker is. Can't force his way out of that tackle. But it's Wiki drifting across field. The timing of this pass is just perfect. Two players on him. Gives it to Mandruku. The big right foot step beats Sears. Could have gone all the way himself. He's given it to Kennedy for the run to the line. They're looking awesome, Ray.
Oh. Now David Furner from right in front. adding a further 2 points. And Canberra 36-6. The people from the national capital are very happy. Now Dallas Weston, his time in the sin bin is up. And Craig Wilson has gone on in 17 for the Bears, so they're back to their full complement. Canberra gets another penalty.
Well, you can't blame Florimo. The Raiders are standing in tackles, offloading so often. He knows his side needs to slow them down. That's just what he tried to do, but he's given away a penalty.
DeVico. 30 metres off the North Sydney line. Will they cross it again? Chances are more likely they will than they won't. Wesley from Walters to Ferris, and then for Daly to run around with Hetherington. Then they cut out Ferner, then they go out to Wiki, then picked up by Mullins out with Nandruku. Oh, beautiful stuff, but they've gone over the sideline.
What about the hands? Magic hands. Billy Moore getting a pat on the back from his teammates. The Raiders still encouraging each other. Look at that with the run around. Daly picked up off the ball below his knees there from Mullins. Nandruku a tough one. He's caught it as well, and Mullins trying to help his teammate Dean Lance, Raiders assistant coach with Mel Meninga. Perhaps talking about next year.
Matt Sears looking for an all too infrequent gap. The Bears get a relieving penalty. 36-6. It's not pretty. Penalty count's not pretty either. Taylor. Oh, he hit Larson with a pass that was very hard. Gary Larson did well to hang on to that. Now Billy Moore, the run around is on. Moore. Away from Caruana, they come out. Ah, what a pass! Florimo looking on the outside, that came off Canberra. It's 6 more tackles. Butner heads for the line. He puts the foot down and gets it. Michael Butner scores. What a great pass. I think it was Ben Eichen.
The Bears hitting back with a bit of their own magic. Just have a look at this ball out here. Out from Taylor. Eichen knowing his players there, just popping it over his shoulder. I thought Florimo could have looked on the inside. Butner cleaning it up, throwing the dummy. They're all hanging off. Nagus can't get there in time.
Jason Taylor. 11 metres in from touch, and that time he struck it. Struck it beautifully. So the flags are flying. Canberra starting us again. Shadows lengthening across Bruce Stadium. Larson. Now away goes Chris Caruana. "30 metres out from their own line. Fairley. Sears, or Taylor it was, smothered in the defence. This is Sears. 42 metres out from his own line. There's a Canberra player getting some attention. I think it might be Steve Walters. Florimo.
It's Steve Walters it is. Doesn't look too good. There's a Bears error through Billy Moore. You can't blame them for trying to catch up from here. But all a little bit too late. He's heading. Well, Steve Walters wants to stay on. Trainer wants him off. He's staying on the park. I guess in your comeback match, you want to get as many minutes on the field as you can.
Ruben Wiki now. 35 metres away from the Bears line. Nandruku, and then from Ferris. This is Corvo who is back on. Shot looking down the bench. Daly works with that Hetherington again. And I say that Hetherington quite purposefully. He's everywhere today. Here he comes again. He's having an outstanding game. Daly and Croker. Croker is strong. The pass is picked up. Kennedy. I thought for a moment he was going to get his third try. Wolford's looking around. Who wants it? Throws it out to the open side. On the bounce, it's picked up and fed on. Daly on for Mullins. Mullins away from Nandruko. And Noah. He gets his second try. 40 points to 12. And they are in one of those moods.
It's a Bears nightmare. There it is from Hetherington. Involved in that early play down the left side for the Raiders. Croker, good ball inside. Kennedy picks it up and nearly gets his third. But they've just got too many players out on the left, on the right. On the bounce there, it goes through Ferris. Out to Mullins. Unselfish Mullins just gives Nandruku so much space to get over, but the Bears couldn't get there. They're all going sideways, but it's still not enough. That's Nigel Roy, who has to mark Mullins and then try to get to Nandruku, and there just is not enough time.
Ferris is the kicker. And from the sideline, I don't mind it. Has it got the length? It hit the... Oh, no, it's come back. So 40 points to 12 remains the score. Taylor restarts, accepted by the opposite number. Back goes Kennedy now. Quality in everything they do. Youngsters in the Canberra side. DeVico or Corvo. Now Ferris. Just beyond his own 30-metre line. Steve Walters sees a gap and there he goes. Former Australian hooker. Now it's with Laurie and he kicks and he's sending Croker after it, but Brett Dallas is back there guarding the in goal, and Brett Dallas brings it away to be tackled by the kicker.
That one advantage Dallas has got. Sears a good run from dummy half. That blinding speed. Jason Croker doesn't get beaten too many times on the kick chase, but Dallas did it. It looked like he could have gone up another gear if he had to.
Conley's pass eventually taken in by Danny Williams. Brett Dallas is limping as Roy gets it away. The pass has gone over the top. That is Craig Wilson down the right of the ground. Kennedy makes the tackle. They flick the pass back. Croker pounces on it and stays just in the field of play under the tackle of Florimo. Now from Mullins, it goes across and 6 more tackles. Out in the back line is David Boyle. Now Ruben Wickie. Pomrey tries to take him. Beautiful hands by Nandruku. Nandruku, they were using his shorts as a tow truck, as a tow bar. Now it's come from Ferris, or it's with Ferris. He's inside the 20, and 15 out from the line. Steve Walters. To the left they go. Daly working then with Hetherington. Taking a contemptuous look over his left shoulder. Steve Walters goes for the try himself. Metre out from the line, Hetherington and Daly. Daly looks for a try, flicks it out the back. Hetherington, he's got the ball, puts it down, but it's no try.
Oh, he deserves one, doesn't he, Hetherington? Let's have another look at it. He seems to think he forced it. Daly trying to get the ball inside here. He goes himself. Just held in that tackle there. The ball, Mullins was unmarked.
That's one.
He couldn't get it. Hetherington reaching out. Well,
I'll tell you what, it's a try as far as I'm concerned.
It's a toss of the coin. We have to have another look at it in slow motion to decide.
That's a try.
Well, he had control of it as he put it down, but
it's an absolute try.
It's amazing what a scoreline like this will do Raider besides confidence. The Raiders players flicking the ball out, trying things you wouldn't normally see.
This is Nigel Roy making a half break for the Bears. Billy Moore turning it back, picking up Ben Eichen. He's got support. Now he's gone back to Williams, who's in amongst the traffic. Then from Soden. Away now for Roy, backing up. And he's tackled on the 20-metre line. Canberra assembling their defence. Soden. Deep to the right. Taylor. He able to get it back. I thought he was going to go himself and score. But Wesley has come up with it for Canberra.
Good work, Wesley. Cleaning up, getting some yards. I'm sure his name is in the minds of the Queensland selectors.
Nagus is into space. Oh, hello, here's double trouble. They've hit them with a double whammy. Nagus has got Nandruku riding shotgun, and Nagus takes the try. Talk about a nightmare. Nagus in the space, and Nandruku jogging alongside him.
Well, here it is. Taylor looked almost set to score before Wesley cleaned that pass up and got some yards forward. But Nagus from the next play, straight through the middle. They've been pretty soft up there today, the Bears. And look at him. He's quicker than that. He could have got there five yards earlier. He just cruised over the line. Just holding back Kenny Nagus. Once he'd made the bust and knew he was going to make it. No one in sight. Just used as little energy as possible. It's a sight to behold. 5 for the season.
Don't know about a sight to behold. Wouldn't be much of a sight if you're a North Sydney player playing fullback. Well, Laurie Daly is coming off early. If he's not getting a standing ovation, he should be, because Laurie Daly today has played a magnificent game. David Furner racked up quite a total of points for himself. Paul McLean calls time, and Canberra register one of their more memorable victories. 46-12, a glut of tries. They look brilliant at times. North Sydney disappointing, to say the very least. Well, needless to say, Gary Belcher and I thought Brett Hetherington had an outstanding game. He may never play a better one, in our opinion. From Optus, $1,000. Now to Parramatta Stadium for the match of the day between Parramatta and Canberra, with the